Today, this is going to be part 3 of how to build a sign-up sheet using Thunkable. So let's go ahead and get started. So let me just open Thunkable. And perfect, we're on the app. Alright, so now let's go to the blocks and finish up this nice app. Alright, so what we're going to do, so last time I told you, I didn't figure out what the if was. Well, that's switch saves value, save switch value. So we're going to just go ahead and keep the button. So what it's trying to say is if the switch saves value changes, it will set the stored variable. Like if it's on the green side like this, if it's on the green side like right here, then what it's gonna do it's going to set the stored variable email to email TI's text and set the stored variable password to password TI's text, which will save the value into the stored variables. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this one. So we took the do over here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take an if do else block. Alright, if do else block, and we're going to go ahead and keep it underneath this set errors text to please verify your email. Alright, so we're going to take the set stored so in the if section, if the switch saves value is there, we're going to set the stored variable emails text. So if it's on the green side, we're going to set the stored variable emails stored variable email its value to email to its the email input text, and set the stored variable passwords value to password inputs text, or really password TI, whatever you guys called it. And if it's on the else place, if it doesn't save the value, it's going to set both of the variables, stored variable email and stored variable password, their values to null, which is really nothing. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the switch saves value, not here, save switch, it's a value, and we're going to put that in. Alright, now we're going to take the do in the do section. As I said, we're going to take the set block, set, and let's go ahead and duplicate that block. Alright, and let's change this to email and password. Okay, now let's go ahead and duplicate these blocks. Go ahead and fit them in. Alright, so there we go. We got the do section done. Now let's do the else. As I explained, all we're going to do is set the variables thing that's value to null in this side, because you're not saving the values in the variables. If you do save it, it will be popping up every time you try to log in. So let's get the null block, put that in. Let's duplicate that block and put it in. Okay, so a little recap again. So if this save switch value is on, if you want to save it, then it's going to set the stored variable email and stored variable passwords text to email TI's text and password TI's text. But if it's not saving it, if it clicks the other side, the gray side of the switch, then it's going to say set stored variable emails. So it's going to set stored variable email and stored variable password its value to null. Alright, so now in this little else place, let's go ahead and keep set variable session email. So we're going to set the at variable session emails value to email text inputs, and at variable user ID to user ID, which is up here. Alright, so let's go and get that block, and let's go ahead and get the set. This is user ID, and this one is session email. This one's going to set the user ID because it's the user ID, and then this one's going to be email TI's text. Alright, now once that is done, I'm going to keep navigate to, yeah. So now let's just create another screen and we'll save that for later. I'll tell you what that is. But for right now, alright, so before we move on to something else, you guys remember the sent email block, which I talked about in the last video. So I'm going to change it up a bit. It's going to be like that. But instead of getting this, I was thinking to take a join block instead of that. Just go ahead and duplicate this little. Alright, I'll just copy this text. And I'll go ahead and put this join block in. And what we're going to do is just Command V. Please verify your email. Or really, because we used to verify email on this side, what we could really do is just say, here's the code for Fun App. Or, not Fun App, this is the app. Here's the code for app. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a math block and I'm going to say random integer from there and just combine that. Let's just give it a couple space or else it'll stay attached. Not there, but over here. Okay, now that that's done, let's go ahead and put these functions to work. So what we did, we created two functions, and so we're going to be using those two functions. One of the functions is to sign in, which is over here, and the other functions is to sign up, which is over here. Alright, so let's go ahead and take when this screen opens, what we're going to do is we're going to take an if, do, else block, and we're going to take at variable currently signing up. We're going to take the variable, just at variable currently signing up. We're going to put that block in. And if it is currently signing up, you're right now signing up, we're going to take the sign up function. But if you're not signing up, then we're going to take this, we're going to take the sign in function. I got them mixed up. So that's all we're going to do there. Alright, so let's go ahead and remove that little block right there. So let's just go over what we quickly did over these the last two videos in this video. I will also be showing you in this video how to reset your password and how to do one more thing, sign out. Alright, so let's just go over what we've done for a sign up screen. So what we've done is we've created at variable currently signing up, a stored variable called email, another stored variable called password, and two more at variables. One's called session email, one's called user ID, and we put those two values to null, and at variable currently signing up to true. That's its value. So when the swap button is clicked, we're going to swap it up to not, so when at variable currently signing up, it's not to at variable currently signing up, alright? It changes. So when it changes, so right now it just changes over here. So when it changes, this is what it's going to do. It's going to say if at variable currently signing up changes, it's going to set the confirm group to visible, which is when you're signing up, to sign in instead. But if you're not signing up, it's going to do this block, these three blocks, which I've explained in the last video. Alright? And then we created a sign up function and we created a sign in function. In the sign up function, what we did is we took a do do else block, and we set if confirm TI's text is not equal to password TI's text, it's going to set errors text to passwords must match in order to continue. If it is equal, what it's going to do is it's going to sign up the person using the email, which the person put in the email TI's text, and the password, which the person put in password TI's text. And if there's an error, it's going to set the errors text to error, of course, and then set the errors text. So if there's not an error, it's going to set the text to, set the text to check your email to complete signing up. And then it's going to do is it's going to send an email to email TI's text, code for app, and with the message, here's the code for the app with a random integer from 1 to 0. All right, and in that we took an if do block. So if save switch values does that, what it's gonna do, oh sorry guys, there's a block, it's gonna set the stored variable emails and that. Okay, I think you guys pretty much understand what we've done. I'm just gonna, oh, what happened? Goes here. Don't know what happened right there, sorry guys. All right, so what this means over here, so you guys get it, right? I hope you do. If you don't, just go over this video one more time. Maybe it'll help you figure out like what it is. Now let's go to screen 1 in the design section, and let's just go ahead and create a label saying this was my first app using a sign-in slash sign up, wrong, slash sign up. Oh, this was my first app. Let's just say that, something a little basic, not too long, not too short. It's nice. All right, it's my first app. Yay! Alright, so let's go ahead and just keep that. You would probably add content. I'm just going to go ahead and show you. So let's go ahead and click a button and another button. And let's go ahead and name those. Let's rename the button to reset password. And let's name this one, this next button, button 1. Let's rename that to sign out, because we're going to sign out, okay? So you'd have content on this page. Let's just go ahead and say sign out, and this button saying reset password. Alright, so you guys, this might not work because this sign-in screen, I never told you this, but this is only using for Firebase. So if you want to connect to your Firebase, just go to settings, and you can just go ahead and scroll down, and you can put it in anywhere. There's a Firebase little section. You can put your web API key. And connecting to Firebase is free right now. But if you want to upgrade, it's not free. Alright? But anyways, getting back to this, sign out, reset password. Let's go ahead and do that, alright? So let's go ahead and say when sign out is clicked, we're going to take the sign out block over here. Not there. Sign out block, and we're just going to put that in. We're going to show the advanced block of it. So if there's an error, what it's going to do is we're going to take an if do else block. And with the if do else block, if there's an error, we're going to set label 1's text to error. Right, we got to add an error label, because if there's an error, we got to put a label in. So let's go ahead and put this right here. We'll just call it error 2. Alright, let's just call it error 2. Let's go ahead and open this up. Alright, and let's go ahead and delete our text in there. Alright, now it's empty. Alright, so we're going to set the label, error 2's text to error. Alright. And if there's not an error, it's just going to navigate back to sign up's /in page. Pretty simple, right? So we're gonna try this out after we finish the reset password. So finally, all we have to do is reset the password, which is gonna be my last thing for this video. So let's go ahead and take the reset password block. So when it's clicked, what it's going to do is we're going to take the reset password block, and if well, you guys might be wondering why we created the store variable email. Since it's stored in there, that's the reason why we created it. It's to help with the sign up and the login page, also to help with the reset password, because if you the email is stored in the stored variable email, and that's the only way you can put it in. So let's go ahead and get the sign in block and reset password. Alright, now let's just start the advanced block, which makes it much easier. Alright, so we're not going to keep that. We're going to keep stored variable email, which we're going to put in right there. So what is the stored variable email? The email is stored in the stored variable email. So since it's stored in the stored variable email, the email's in there, and then we can easily reset the password. Alright, so now we're going to take an if do block. So if there's an error, what it's going to do, it's going to set the label one's text to error, and it won't, nothing else. Or error 2, sorry. Alright. Okay, guys, now let's go ahead and try this out. That's my last thing for this video. Alright. So let's go ahead and try this, and let's go, oh, wrong button. Go ahead and preview in another window. Alright, so right now it says no, that's okay. Let's go ahead and delete that. Let's say there's an error, invalid API key. Just don't mind that, okay? We're gonna sign up instead. Let's go ahead and sign up. I'm gonna use my account. And I'm just gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Let's see what it does. Alright, so when you sign up. Oh, that's the problem. I didn't put my API key in here. So guys, what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna make another video of showing just how our progress went through. I'm just gonna call it part 4 of demonstrating how we have done everything. So guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to check out for part 4 to see how the app works. But if you've done it yourself, you probably know. If there's some errors, you can check out my other video and the next video and see what you might have done wrong. And yeah, so guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to give me a huge thumbs up. Please click that subscribe button, turn the notification bell, and bye.